Hi everyone, welcome to Ethernal Realms and welcome to the month ahead astrology reading. Make sure you check your sun, moon, and rising signs for a comprehensive view of the month. Additionally, I would recommend watching the tarot reading of the month ahead for your zodiac to get a different perspective of the month. While you will know the astrology in advance through this session, I will also send you a reminder when the astrological events are near. All you have to do is subscribe, hit the bell, and you will be notified as the events occur. I occasionally post behind the scenes meditation guidance, quizzes, and polls, which you can check for yourself in my community page, and it goes without saying that you will be notified when new videos are out, such as other zodiac readings and pick a card tarot readings too. If you prefer to cut down the guesswork about your month ahead, you can always connect with me via Etsy to get a personalized week by week, month ahead tarot reading paired with the general astrology. So enough about me, let's talk about you. So Aries, this month on the 1st, we have the sun conjoining with Mercury, and that's happening in your 4th house of Cancer. This indicates that you have some important conversations going on about your home and family environment, or some important relationships you're nurturing on this weekend. The next day, we have a square between Venus in Leo with Uranus in Taurus, and that lights up your 2nd house and your 5th house. So there can be this desire to connect and go on romantic adventures and break open the mold, and there can be some unexpected, expenditures that might happen as you go about this. The same can be said about your creative ventures as well, and anything that you do for fun, there is a tendency to overspend on this particular day, so be watchful for that. But on the plus side, it says that there is some excitement coming in and some thrills could come in here that help you step outside of your boundaries and experience something new. On the 3rd of the month, we have a full moon, and this one is taking place in Capricorn. So the sun is in Cancer, your 4th house, and the moon is in your 10th house of Capricorn. And there can be a cycle coming to a conclusion, or there is a pivot point related to your career or your public role. There can be changes in your authority figures as well, their lives, or your bosses could be changing. You could be stepping up to an authority position too, depending on where you are in life at this time, and that has a direct effect on your family and your home life as well. On the 9th, we have a trine, which is a harmonious aspect between Mercury in Cancer with Neptune in Pisces. And Neptune is retrograde at this time. So this highlights your 12th house and your 4th house. This can indicate that there's a lot of peace and harmony on this particular day and like a day before and after. And you're just enjoying your time and resting, meditating, going on like a short trip would be a good idea with family or very close members, whoever you feel comfortable opening up to. This also indicates that there's very nice emotional and spiritual balance. If you are someone who meditates or practices mindfulness, you are likely to get some epiphanies or ideas over here that just make you feel really good deep down. Now we come to the busy part of this month. On the 10th, we have a couple of things happening. The first one is Mercury in Cancer is right opposite Pluto in Capricorn, and that again brings into highlight your 4th and 10th houses. So there is a need to connect with your family members. Perhaps there's some commitments and communication that is going on regarding that sphere, but you also have different authorities and different power figures that are calling your attention. There are some transformations and changes that are happening in your career life or your long-term ambitions and goals that you have in your life. This can even indicate that because of an expanding family or some conversations you're having about your home, you're changing what your future looks like, or what you think about power and authority, what you think about success in general. There is a recalibration whenever we talk about oppositions, and we try to find moderation on both sides to achieve peace. The same day, we have Mars moving out of Leo and into Virgo. So all of the action and the activity now takes on a little bit of a methodical approach when it comes into Virgo. You're likely to be more perfectionist and, more agile as well. You might be looking at things intelligently. You're making calculated decisions too. And because Virgo is in your sixth house, you're likely gearing this energy towards your work life, your daily occupation, whatever it is you do, and also your lifestyle and your health in general. You are more motivated to work out, eat better, and maintain a very healthy routine. If you write things down, then that can help you organize things and can help you stay motivated and productive throughout the day. Because it's an earth sign, it is a very grounding feeling for fire signs. You may or may not like this depending on what planets you have going on in your earth signs in your chart, but either way, it levels out the fire that we got from Mars being in Leo. So there is a tendency to finish the things that have started when Mars was in Leo and kind of have the documents completed and everything, dot the I's, cross the T's, and get everything on point. Any documentation that you need to do is likely going to work out on this day itself. But also moving forward, depending on what you have going on. But on this day, I say that because we also have a trine that's happening with Mars in Virgo with the North Node in Taurus. Now, the North Node is in the very last degrees. It means that we are going to complete things and just finish things. We have a new venture on the horizon. We're excited for what's to come. So we're excited to wrap things up and finish things that have been loose for a very long time and, just have been inconclusive so far. So it's a very wonderful time to take advantage of that. On the 11th, we have Mercury moving into Leo from Cancer. So over here, Mercury is likely to be more confident in speech and is bold and expressive. If you are someone who is an artist or a creative, you're likely to be very, very passionate around this time, and you can take advantage of Mercury's presence here to make your expressions even more known. Now, Leo is a fellow fire sign, so you're likely going to enjoy this, and it can indicate that you're having a lot of fun, or you're thinking about having a lot of fun, and you're just planning vacations or romantic adventures with your loved ones, and also connecting with your children, thinking about and connecting with your inner child as well, expressing yourself in any way you see fit. But the same day we have Mercury squaring with the North Node, which is in Taurus. So again, that second house and the fifth house is going to square off. You're having too much fun, or there's like too much spending that comes with the fun. It can indicate that it's quite exciting. So probably many of you will not care about it at this time because it's a cause for celebration, or it's just good weather, or whatever the case is for you. You're just having a lot of fun. But it does say that there is a mental breakthrough. This square is actually very powerful in that regard, that you have an idea related to creativity or artistic ventures, or it can even be a conversation you have with your children if you have any. That is quite eye-opening for both of you as to what your relationships are to each other, and also what their priorities can be at this time in life. Perhaps they're going through some changes as well, so you're having like an important conversation. It's a nice pivotal point in everybody's life at this time. So yes, whenever we have squares, the control is in our hands. The squares just come with a lot of energy, and it is really up to us how we want to channel it. Most of the time we end up spending time in frustration and feeling stuck that we're not able to do both things. But if we just replace the time we spend to be frustrated or annoyed about situations and just get to work, we would really accomplish everything that we were setting out to do initially anyway. Okay, so that's the beauty of this particular square. The next day we have the North Node changing signs from Taurus into Aries. So this comes into your sign now, and you are in focus. The North Node is about your path to fulfillment, and in your birth chart it symbolizes your life purpose as well. Which way should you focus on? And also with the South Node, which is right opposite the North Node, what you need to release. So there can be some relationships coming to a close, some realizations you have about relationship patterns or the types of people you attract or are attracted to, and this can be quite revelatory for you. When the North Node is in your sign, it indicates that you are about to go through a period of heavy development. You are going to have some personality shifts or some attitude changes, and just the things that you prioritize in life, and also how do you see the world. These are like big things and big chapters that if we are able to get a grip on, that we're able to choose consciously, more importantly, then we can move mountains in our own lives, right? There can be big strides we can make in each and every sector of our lives if we can understand ourselves individually. And you are a very individualistic zodiac as well, so I'm sure you're going to enjoy this. You will see a lot of new facets in you, but just be prepared that there will be new horizons approaching, new types of connections and relationships, new dynamics that are going to show up for you beyond this point. And the North Node is going to stay here for quite some time, approximately 1.5 years, so it's a long journey. Up till this point, Taurus and Scorpio were going through this journey. So if you have any Taurus friends, they can really guide you on this North Node feeling. You can use that as a template, not that the exact situations are going to happen with you, but yes, you can definitely draw parallels on how there is a lot of development. If you also have some Scorpio friends or Libra friends, even Sagittarius actually, because that's what happened before the Taurus Scorpio, they can really help you out to see what the other side of the story can be, what that means for your relationships and the way that you see the world as well. Big stuff, okay? Big stuff. So watch out for this one. It's very exciting, very interesting, definitely a lot of growth here. And at the end of this, you're going to be super fulfilled. Okay, now another busy week. We have on the 17th a new moon in Cancer, and that's your 4th house. There can be new developments and new communication that happens in your home and family sector. This can mean that you are maybe redecorating and it feels as though it's a new home, or you can be purchasing a new home, thinking about buying a new home, renting a new place, whatever it is. There are some changes over here and it feels fresh, it feels new in some way. The same day we have Mercury squaring with Jupiter, who's in Taurus. So yes, this is again bringing back the focus into your 2nd house and your 5th house. When Jupiter in Taurus is squaring with Mercury, there can be a desire to express yourself a lot. There can be this flood of passion that comes through, and you want to develop it. You want to really showcase that. This can mean that you're purchasing something really expensive to showcase to someone you care about that you really think about them or you really, really love them. This can even mean that you're reprioritizing what you actually want through your, family life, your love life, and your romantic adventures as well. And this can create some type of tension in your mind because, there's something that's not sitting well right now, and some changes need to be made, some action needs to be taken in order to bring your wishes into alignment. So given that this is a new moon day, this can be a very potent time for manifesting those loved ones, your soul tribe, as well into your reality. On the 20th, we have the Sun in Cancer trining with Neptune in Pisces. And yes, Neptune is still retrograde, and Cancer and Pisces activates your 12th house and your 4th house. This talks about you have peace and harmony at home. You are connecting with your spiritual family as well. You're meditating and finding a lot of peace. You have emotional well-being, spiritual protection, and feeling of luck and wellness and bliss overall. The same day, we have Mars in Virgo, right opposite Saturn in Pisces, and Saturn is as well retrograde at this time. So this can mean restructuring around your sleep habits, your routines in general, so you can make more time to sleep, or you're changing your bedroom in a way that enhances your sleep quality. And you might be learning a lot about sleep in general, about imagination, creativity, psychic senses. There are many things that relate with the Piscean side of things. It's mostly abstract and very difficult to really describe, but it can only be felt, right? It's very spiritual in that way. So you're very driven in a physical sense, but also you're feeling that sense that in order to have this enhanced state of being, you either need to sleep more or you need more peace in your life, and you're moving forward to make that happen. On the 22nd, we have the Sun right opposite Pluto in Capricorn, and it's also squaring North Node in Taurus. Okay, so the first one indicates that there can be a desire, or there is a higher focus in your home space. Maybe because, let's say, you're shifting your house and you have some responsibilities at home, or you just want to work from home, be at home, or something like that is going on here. But again, because this is an opposition, Pluto in Capricorn indicates that you are either required at work, or there is something that you need to take care of over there. Something from the past might come up here based on a decision you've made, and now you have to see if that still sits well, or maybe some modifications need to be made in order to balance out the whole place. If you are in a higher up position, this can mean, you're re-evaluating your goals. Maybe if you want to stay more at home, you're thinking about retiring if you're at that stage, or you're looking forward to how you can maybe add more flexibility in your life, and you might be having some conversations or getting into the mode of making it happen in some way or the other. Now, because the sun is squaring with the north node in Taurus, it can mean, the north node in Aries, actually, the north node has moved. So this can mean that you are being held back in some way. Maybe you don't feel quite ready yet to take on the retirement part of it, or like to make something big change, such as like changing your job or something like that, while you are doing sorry about that, while you're making a lot of changes and rebalancing throughout your life. In this particular month, you still have this comfort zone that has been made of how you have been operating so far, and that's precisely why we need the north node to transit our sign once in a while, because we get stuck in a rut very easily. So the north node is like, hey, wake up, there's something new to see over here. You are someone new now, and you got to move in that direction. But yes, if we become very close off to new opportunities, and that's when this can be a harsher. But if not, you can really see some fateful occurrences happening, some new realizations that just shift your focus and make you move in a new direction that you're very excited about. The next day, on the 23rd, we have the sun moving into Leo, so the focus now shifts from your home and family to your children and your creativity and self-expression as well. You can find yourself being more artistic, more, excitable as well. You're ready for adventures, you're ready to have fun, you're ready to, see yourself in a new light. There is a sense of anticipation is what I'm feeling. Now, the same day, we have Mercury in Leo squaring with Uranus in Taurus. So there can be some exciting conversations here regarding your relationships, your children, or your self-expression. You might have an idea as well that can be financially very viable, but you might have to change the way that you go about money, either your mindset towards it or the way that you earn. Maybe your, payment methods need to be changed. If you already have one established, maybe there are some new details that you're working out here. There can also be a shuffling of priorities too. When the sun comes into your 5th house, this shows a likelihood of having children. There is an enhanced fertility as well, given that you don't have any other planets that kind of diminish it. But generally speaking, Jupiter or the sun coming in here, or even Venus, can indicate that there is some type of birth happening, or you're wanting or thinking about children, something like that. So this can indicate some surprise pregnancy. So watch out if that's not something you're into. And if you are, then congratulations. This season might be a good time for you to conceive. Okay, now the same day we have Venus in Leo that turns retrograde. Now this indicates that things that we enjoy and love, we are taking another look at. So this Leo season, I have to say, is going to be a little bit sobering, or it is more down to earth instead of full on glam and flamboyance, okay? Because Venus here is saying, is this something you really enjoy? Is this something you really love? Is this something you really connect with? Is this someone that is going to be there for you? Is this someone you're actually passionate about? Or is that something else that you are really craving? What is that true love? What is that self-love? Where is your real source of passion? That is going to be revealed while Venus is retrograde here. So yes, the sun is here, and yes, it is still going to be fun, but it definitely has a more realistic approach to things, and we need to think a lot of things through internally before we make any choices. So even in the childbirth situation, this is something that you have wanted before, or this is something that you feel ready for in this time. You're taking another look at it, and in this season you realize that okay, maybe now is the time. Okay, and that can be surprising to you, that your priorities have changed, or you're just suddenly up for it now. But either way, when it's right, right? Okay, on the 27th, we have Mercury joining with Venus in Leo, and the Venus is in retrograde. So this can indicate further clarification. You can have some results or assessment related with fertility, or you might be looking at your creative work, your romantic life, and you're like, let me think about this again. Let me take another look. Let me see if I value these things right now. If not, what needs to change? Is this fun for me anymore? Maybe, you're over clubbing or something else. You're just over a phase in your life that you thought was a lot of fun, but now you're like, yeah, okay, been there, done that, did enough of it, and now it's time for me to move on. Okay, then on the next day, on the 28th, we have an aspect, a harmonious aspect between Mercury in Leo with the North Node in your sign. So again, this talks about more clarity, more blessings, and nice conversations happening with your loved ones, especially children and people that you date. This can also indicate a breakthrough or a new beginning coming in who you are, who you understand yourself to be, your self-concept, and how you're presenting yourself in order to get a romantic connection, let's say, or have a nice time. Mercury in Leo is also about creativity. So how are you expressing yourself creatively and showcasing yourself as you are? This is like peeling off a layer that you've been outgrowing for some time and revealing a newer self which is more authentic to you at this time. The same day, we have Mercury moving from Leo into Virgo. So this brings focus into your priorities, your schedule, your organization, and your health routines and exercise regimens as well. Now, Mercury is in a strong position over here because it rules Virgo. So this can indicate that you are taking on new routines which are inspiring to you, which make you feel like your best self, perhaps positive thinking, healing, what else, like organizing things and decluttering things, so you feel very clear-headed and very focused on wherever you want to be headed. So that's what I have for you. Thank you for being here. I really hope you enjoyed and that the messages help you out throughout the month. Stay tuned for the tarot reading for your zodiac sign as well. I will be uploading them soon. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you're notified whenever that's up. And if you enjoyed the reading, please do like and comment your thoughts if you have any. It will be really lovely to hear back from you, and it really helps the channel grow as well. I will see you some other time. Until then, take care. Bye.